Okay, finally we got this computer up and running. Holy Moses, that took forever. It's some reason it freaked out between working over at school and then coming home. So here we are. And V shift highlight. Go to jollyrogerukulele.com. Pick up the link for today, and you already have the link because you're already watching this. The sheet music for today's activity. Today's the last day of book 1 for a while, and so we are just going to play whatever people want to play. And let's see, I think I can close this now. All right, Sandy made it in. Sound is good. All right, good. All right, so we're in shape. Sandy, put up a song you want to play today, and anybody else logging in, let me know what songs you want to play today. Anything out of book 1. So whatever sounds fun to do. Flip through your pages and see which things you want to try. And don't make me pick, guys, because I will. I'll pick the hard stuff. jollyrogerukulele.com. That's not true. I always just pick the same ones that I like. My favorites. Ukulele, foundations, and all right. So there's that done. I had to restart my computer. I haven't had to do that in a while, and so that messes up me getting in on at the correct time. So I'm iffy on that under the best of circumstances. But here we are. Let me put up into the space correctly. All right, somewhere in that neighborhood should work, right? And what's that? What is that? Oh, my backpack. Okay, that's it. All right, good. Let's see today. What sounds good to play? All right. Hey, Vic, welcome in. Vic, what do you want to play today? Toss me up a note. Braum's Lullaby, Amazing Grace, and La Cucaracha. That's a great place to start. Let's start with Braum's Lullaby. And as you're logging in and getting settled in, put up a tune you'd like to work on. I think Braum's Lullaby is one of my favorite tunes ever. And anything out of book 1 you guys want to play, I'm game for. So, book 1. Braum's Lullaby. Let's grab the ukulele version of it first. You guys are 2 of you are ukulele players, and 2 of you are one ukulele, 1 baritone, right? Let's do the ukulele version first. Alright, I got my soprano out these days. Still believe in owning a cheap soprano. I think that's where ukulele comes from, right? It's something like that. All right, Braum's Lullaby from the top, 2-beat count in. Let's play it twice through. 1, 2. about that? Really nice tune, huh? Let's play it on baritone. Let's do the baritone version. And of course, if you don't have a baritone, you're playing ukulele. Braum's Lullaby on baritone ukulele. If you're on a ukulele, you're playing in G's, D7s, and C's. From the top, same thing. 1, 2. Put a full G chord on the end at the end there. You don't need to. The melody is the low G, but if you put a high G on, it gives it a little more oomph at the end. How about that? Lovely piece of music. Amazing Grace. Let's go grab Amazing Grace. So Amazing Grace, remember, the big challenge with Amazing Grace, we want to move our hands as little as possible. Grab the baritone version first. We're just trying to hold that G chord as long as we possibly can. This goes way back to the early days of your playing fingerstyle, whatever. And we're going to just really minimize motion, do everything we can to have the least amount of activity going on. And let's see how we do. Ukulele players, you got D's and G's and A7s, right? So D's, G's, and A7s. Not a terribly challenging group of chords for you either. Baritone players, let's make this happen. From the top, I'm going to play the whole thing with my thumb. 1, 2. Whoops. Whoa, that sounded weird. Okay, keep going. Beautiful, right? I was watching Ted Lasso. We've gotten involved in that. Almost done with season 2. And they had a funeral scene, and they, of course, guess what song shows up? And I'm like, oh, I know that song. All right, let's try it on ukulele instead. Okay, baritones, you got a G chord, a C chord, and a D7 chords. So these are definitely in your wheelhouse as well. Ukulele players, let's see how little motion we can do in our left hand. From the top, 1, 2. So I just added in a 2, 5, 10 at the end of it. Nice piece of music. Just everybody knows that piece, right? Lovely. And then La Cucaracha. That's a surprise choice, Sandy. Usually people, the way we do La Cucaracha, I have to convince people it's a great song. And so I'm glad you picked it. All right, so La Cucaracha, remember we're going to play it staccato style. There's nothing on the page that would let you know that, except that I told you, hey, you should play it staccato style. On baritone, G chord, no, that's not your G chord. Here's your baritone G chord and your baritone D chord, right? Once there was a little cockroach, da 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 da. Yeah, so your reason my brain is shutting down is like, wait a minute, that's a G chord, but no, that's a D chord on baritone. All right, let's make this happen on staccato if you can. Just up and then put your fingers right back down. We did this in guitar the other day. It was fun. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Top. Measure 10. Back to 10. Let that one ring. Okay, and you could do right, but then it doesn't fit the theme of the rest of what you're doing in the song, right? Bar chord on 7, peaky on 10, and then put it right to bed. It's kind of a fun way to end it. Did you picture the little cockroach going ta-da? All right, let's play it on baritone. Sandy, I have a visual of a one-legged cockroach dancing around a Mexican hat. Yeah, heck yeah, man. I think that's the visual you're supposed to have, right? They got this. My visual is I spent 8 years living in New Mexico, and some of that was out in rural New Mexico, and it's very common to have these terracotta floors. I mean, it's sort of the in vogue thing to do down there. And so I, in my mind, I'm picturing, these adobe walls, terracotta floor, little cockroach, music going, whatever music happens to be playing, and he's dancing all around, and somebody's trying to sweep her out to the front door. They don't want to kill her, they're not that kind of people, but they will definitely want her out of the house. And then she just comes running back in to dance some more. But yeah, heck yeah. There is a real song, the Mexican hat dance. It's on our list, and it's still very popular in Mexico to teach that song, and it feels, when you play it, you're like, this seems a little bit over the top, because you know it from Looney Tunes, and yet it's a really normal song down there. All right, let's give it a try. On baritone, ukulele players, you're on D chord, A chord. Yay, that's fun. You don't get to use that often, right? D chord to A chord. All right, let's give it a try. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top. Measure 10. Back to 10. I love it. Great song, man, huh? Awesome song. And you could play it the normal way, right? You could do it that way too. It's perfectly fine. Make it yours. There are a couple of things I want to eventually change. That note should be on the 3rd string. I think that's the only place I goofed that up. And I want the same thing here. Instead of a 3 there, I want a 2 there. All right, good. Beautiful. Let's go grab Aloha Oi, right? Vic is up for the tough stuff today. So let's go get it. Aloha Oi. Let's do baritone first, which makes ukulele challenging, right? You've got your E chord on here. It's a bar on 4, pinky on 7. Bump. And then what I would do, since I have an A chord coming, you got a choice of being here and then jumping way down here. The challenge with that is, if this is your first chord, there's sound really far apart to me, like high, low, high, low. I'm not sure I like that. If it's me, I'm thinking, all right, if this is my E shape, bunk, my A shape's sitting right there. I don't need to move my bar. Okay, so I'm going to leave the bar on 4 and just put an F shape in front of it. Now I've got something I can actually work with. Da 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 da. And they're very close together in terms of overall sonic feel. And if this is my A chord, I know that if I move it up 2, it's going to be a B chord. Okay, and then I can play the B7 there. It's by just lifting up on, if I've got, I'm going to go grab a ukulele real quick here. I'm on E. Here's the A. If I slide up to B7, it's really a B chord. It's not the 7th chord, but it'll be work. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-bum. Whoops. Bum. Ba-da-bum. Bum, bum. Right? You see what I'm doing there? Since I really have to have this bar chord on E, I want to just use my A chord, which is right there, and my B chord, which is right here. Okay? And it's not a B7, but it's fine, right? And then the other choice I could have, if I'm going from from E, and then I go to B, I go from E to A, I can slide back to the B7. It's officially a B7 here, and then back to E. That one has a lot more urgency. When you put in this B7, it's got to get back to E, otherwise you'll freak out. Whereas if you go from this E to the A, up to a B, you probably could live with that, right? It's not near as nervous. Right, and so either one of those is going to work well for you. Give it some thought. The other thing you'll see, these B7s down here in measure 7 and measure 11, I'm going to have a tendency, it says you should play 1, 2, and 4, but I'm probably just going to play a little mini bar on 4, because I think that in some ways it sounds a little cleaner, especially on ukulele. Baritone, not so much. Baritone, you can do either one and it's going to sound great. In fact, the 1, 2, 4 may sound quite a bit more interesting than the 4, 4, 4. Right? So you sort of find your own sonic place through there. All right, Aloha Oi. Let's give it a try on baritone first. Just one time through. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. on baritone, it's really cool because this rings. These two strings just ring, right? And so you get the chance to actually have your sounds kind of molding into one another, which is always pleasant. Ukulele, of course, not quite so much. Now let's play it this way, and same exact thought processes. Sometimes the E7 with 4/4/4 is I'm gonna probably do that sometimes, and sometimes the 1/2/4. I think each of those provides they're all E7s with a 4 on the top, but they provide a little bit different feeling each time. I think in measure 7 is for sure a 4/4/4 with the 4 on top. I think the other two are a little bit could go either way, it feels like. All right, let's give it a try from the top. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. I missed a whole measure. Measure 5. All right, beautiful. Love that song. And then Vic said, "Hey, let's also do All Through the Night. Let's just do All Through the Night real quick. We'll toss it in. If you're logging in for book 2, let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to keep playing on this book. All through the Night, ukulele style. Guys, when I wrote this out, my thought was just use these 2 fingers over on your left hand and then pluck the whole thing. And that honestly is still how I play it today. I mean, now you can use your regular chord shapes, of course. Just a little more awkward, and so generally speaking, I'm going to use the index and middle over here and not the full chord shape. And then when you get to measure 9, of course, I don't pluck that. I want it to get smooth and kind of mushy in through that section, so I tend to strum 9 through 12, I think is where it is. Yeah. So let's give it a try. Not fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. ending. And just let it ring. Right? Isn't that pretty? It's the first song I ever memorized in ukulele, and I still like it to this day. I mean, honestly, this is 20 years in. And I'm still like, that's a good song. That was worth memorizing. All right, now let's go grab the baritone version. The baritone one's on 2 pages for no meaningful reason. And there was one typo, and measure 12 underneath the fermata. I have 2220. You don't need that 0 on the top. That's a typo. Other than that, everything is going to work just lovely. Ukulele players, here's your D chord. Make it happen. Here's your E chord way up here. What? Here's your A chord right there. We talked about it earlier. And guess what? You could make that A chord and get a G chord. And really, since you got to do 2 of them as a bar anyway, let's do them all as a bar. D chord with your pinky. Sleep, my child, and slide up to your E chord. Peace, add your F chord. Tend thee, slide back. All through. Back up to A, through, and down to D. The night. That sounds cool. So if I'm on ukulele, let me do it in your same key. Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee. Slide back. All through the night. Now that's way too high for my voice, but you got the idea, right? D chord, then E chord is just split up. D and D. And then A is the F shape. And then G is back. And then back up to A. And then over to D. Okay, pretty sweet little bar chord thing. I got to remember that this summer when I'm teaching bar chords. Maybe we'll just use this song as the example. All right. Baritones. Let's make this happen. Ukulele players, back us up from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then go back to your plucking. Second ending. Pretty, right? The nice part about it, you memorize measures 1 through 4, then you also have measures 5 through 9, 5 through 8, and then 13 to the end memorized as well. So you only have 4 other measures you have to know. So you can memorize that one pretty quickly. So, all right, so there's book 1. We will start book 1 again in June. So if you are thinking, you know what? It wouldn't hurt me a bit to go through another time. We'll start book 1 again in June, and I'll be pushing out some emails and so on about the upcoming schedule. But so we won't meet book 1 or book 2 next week, okay? And so I'm taking the month of May off from those 2 classes, but still come on Friday because I'm still going to be working on new music. And Fridays I make it sound like it's a big deal, like only members type thing. But really, what I'm doing on Fridays is helping you play through my arrangements to see how many mistakes I made. All right, so out of book 2, Yay, no GM today. What is that? GM. No GM. No. Oh, don't G minor. Oh, come on, Sandy. Now you know deep down inside, you and G minor are best friends. It's sort of like your Hermione and Ron. And I don't want to have to wait until the second half of movie number 8 for you to finally make up with G minor. Let's grab, what did we say? Hard Times Come Again No More? Where are you? Hard Times Come Again No More. I don't think I added it to my book 2 list. Let's go down to H. Dink. Yep. And let's do the ukulele version. What we have to, because I didn't get the baritone versions done, and that's my goal for the weekend, is to get the baritone versions done. And I'll let you guys know by email, because I know those of you guys with baritones want to play this stuff, and I just don't have it for you. So Hard Times Come Again No More on ukulele. And of course, baritone players, you know, you can just play the tablature and you're fine, but you want your own sheet music, I know, right? All right. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sup sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard time, come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered it around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. Oh, jeez, such good stuff. All right, C, G chord, bum, G7, C chord, D chord. That may be all of them, right? Yeah, not a single minor chord in the whole thing. Saddest song in the world. No minor chords. Then the other for baritone, right? If you're backing us up, G chord is here. G7 is here. That's weird to have those side by side. When the song is in the key of G, it's weird to have the G7 show up. C chord looks like that. Your D chord looks like that. Okay, so a real small number of chords. And guys, this song isn't necessarily my wheelhouse very much, so I'm really relying on the standard notation up there, and that's something that you probably can use to your advantage as well. Just staring at those notes. If it's a quarter note, it's 1 beat. If it's an eighth note, 2 beat, or half a beat, right? 2 inside of a beat. And so I'm going to just keep peeking up there. We have a couple of dotted eighth notes followed by 16th notes, a very common thing you'll see in lots of music. At the end of measure 6, you'll see the eighth note has a little dot, which means hold it a little longer and then go through that 16th note real fast. While we all sup, right? So da-da-dum. And then you got a dotted half note at 8, and that's worth 3 beats. Right. So the standard notation, I give it to you on purpose because it is helpful when you don't know the song quite as well. So let's give it a try. Nice and slow. Quarter note equals 80. That's pretty slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, I'm playing that too slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope that's a 5. We'll go back and play it again just so I can fix it up. Keep going into 9. again for measure 5. Page 3. Isn't that good? That's legitimate music there, right? That's pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely the song I was least familiar with from the Stephen Foster collection that we have. I was going to get where my old Kentucky home typed up, and I never did finish that. So maybe this weekend I can get that knocked out. But I think. This was almost certainly put into some type of minstrel show where they'd sit around and they'd sing a song like this, and they'd all be poor and sad kind of thing. But these days, right, people use it as like legitimate folk music, and so that Stephen Foster had a way with melody for sure, and really pretty decent piece of music there. Hey, let's go play one. Let's go. What are the other Foster tunes I've got? I can't remember off the top of my head what we played. Isn't that terrible? You can't remember what we played yesterday. Also, a song of the Depression. Yeah. Because honestly, here it is, 1860s, right? And he's knocking these songs out, which of course is the saddest period in American history, honestly. And you're like, wait a minute, this is pretty. What's going on? Oh, my thing is freaking out. What's going on? No, don't do that. Why is that there? Go away. What did I do? Oh, you guys. I just did some sort of iPad thing that I don't know what it did. All right. Can we go to this website? I don't know why that's up there. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. What did I do? I don't know. All right. Jeanie with the light brown hair. Let's wrap up our study of Stephen Foster with Jeanie and the light brown hair. And let's do, what I think we should do is, that is so crazy. I don't even know how to make that stop doing that. Grab Jeanie with the light brown hair. Let's make this our swan song for the book 2 here. Jeanie with the light brown hair. Didn't add it in. J. Okay, we'll play this all the way down to measure 21. We'll come back to measure 5, and then we'll play it to the bottom. You're supposed to play it 3 times through. That's a lot, so let's just do 2 times through. And baritones. These are kind of tough chords for you guys. So Sandy, I know you love your G minor, but there's a D minor on baritone. So we'll sneak one in. Just right now, Sandy's grabbing her ukulele to get rid of that D minor situation. And let's play it down to the bottom and then come back and play it a second time. And that's it. Okay? And I dream of Jeanie. Right? So it's not fast. Da, da, kind of a nice wave. Right? Think of her light brown hair blowing in the breeze. She's apparently lovely. From the top, 3-beat countdown. 1, 2, 3. Cool turn around. Here we go. Second ending. Now, if you played that the third time through, you could easily get 3 or 4 minutes worth of music out of that one song, and that could be your signature piece for your first ukulele gig. Let's see, a couple of things I might change these days. Measure 12, you've got that big C chord, which is 2 full beats, and I'm thinking, you know what, toss in some 0, 0, 0 after that, just to fill in that space. And then the other thing I'm noticing is when I am playing measure 15 and I have that D minor chord on, and then I have that 3 and I got to come back up to 5, kind of awkward. So more wise would be to play an 8 on the second string instead of a 3 on the first string, and then you don't have to move your bar, right? And so that's always something that is one of those decisions you make as a player. Is it going to be easier for me to hit that chord and then go play the melody, or is it going to be easier for me to hit the chord, hold the chord, and then use my pinky to create the melody? I would say that's a real personal choice. These days, more and more, I'm using my pinky up while I'm not moving the bar. I just think you get a little bit cleaner, more official, more condensed sound to it. Let's see, I'm getting to like that Jeanie song. Vic at first was like, I don't know about that Jeanie girl. She seems fine, but I'm betting she's trouble deep down inside. No, here's what you do. And Vic, I know you have a guitar, right? Just play the bottom 3 strings. Listen to what it goes. Listen to how it goes. Hold on. Like, what was that sound? If you want to make this song sound good, put it on a baritone or a guitar. The bottom 4 strings of a guitar, that's the same. Isn't that good? I mean, it's really good on a deeper voiced instrument. It's great on ukulele, but it's really great if you get this nice, deep, sort of lumbering, blah, 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 sort of thing going on. The melody just sits there so nice, right? It's so pretty right above that chord selection. Chords are not complicated, but they are beautiful. And I think this arrangement does a good job of presenting the song. So I would just spend my days learning how to play that through 3 times. Vic says, hey, lots of times I'll grab the guitar instead. I have way more ukulele music than guitar music, so sometimes guys just will grab the ukulele music and play it on the guitar, right? Hopefully I've taught you enough to know when to add in a couple extra strings on the top of that. Good. All right, guys. So book 1 and book 2 are wrapped up. I am going to post baritone versions of all the stuff from today, probably over the weekend, and I'll toss out an email to you guys. But book 1 and book 2 will start up again in June, and we'll just erase the slate, figure out what worked and what didn't work, what things we need to change, and so on. Friday edition, Linda had mentioned that she's like, a lot of people take off on Fridays. That's fine, right? That's fine. I think you should go and live your lives and sneak out early on Fridays and that sort of thing. But it just fits into my schedule pretty well. And so I'll talk to you guys. Some of you are harmonica players. I'm going to keep that going on a more or less daily basis. The Friday and Monday ukulele sessions will continue on as they are, and then I think guitar is going to just stay exactly in its time slot. So I think that's my plan at the moment anyway, and then obviously keep an eye on your email as to when new things are starting. And thank you all for being here. It's been a joy as always. We've got all the way through book 2 and through book one twice, so hopefully you're playing pretty well. If you're not, send me an email. Let's find out what's going on with you. Even if you are playing well, send me an email. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace. Oh, hey, Fran.